Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Course in Miracles 365, Awakening to Love. I'm your host, Tomás Garza, and thank you all for joining me here today on a couple of different devices. I've got my Facebook feed going on here, so thank you for joining me on my regular Facebook page and here on Enlightened World Network. Now, if you're just joining me, this is a daily live stream that covers the very, very beautiful spiritual text, A Course in Miracles, that, as you may know, has been the centerpiece of my own spirituality, the centerpiece of my own practice for the last 8 years. And I've been bringing this live stream daily on Enlightened World Network. So it's definitely my pleasure to be able to offer this to you here. And we've had people joining in from everywhere, literally from all over the world. And I want to let you know, if you're tuning in here, whether you're watching on my personal Facebook page, Tomás Garza, or here on Enlightened World Network, that I welcome your questions and comments. And those that I don't get to here live, I will certainly get to on the replay. So definitely feel welcome to catch them. I check these questions and comments several times throughout the day. So I really do invite you to please, if you have a question about the material that we're covering for the day or about A Course in Miracles, spirituality in general, please feel welcome to let me know that here in the comment thread. So we had a very, very beautiful and hard-hitting lesson yesterday and some beautiful dialogue and interactions. So thank you all for tuning in on that and for the comments. We were talking yesterday about tranquility. And on Monday, what I do on this show is I have a special focus of the day. So we are going through the workbook for students, and today we'll return to that. We're on lesson 107 here in the workbook. But yesterday we looked at tranquility and the benefits of tranquility and what you will begin to see in your life if you cultivate it. What will begin to happen as a result of your tranquility and your practice. Understand, I've been a meditation instructor for 35 years, and this has been one of the centerpieces of my life, no question about it. So, from that standpoint, we had a really beautiful discussion, and we're going to continue that discussion today in the context of the next idea in the workbook. That's lesson 107. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Okay, truth will correct all errors in my mind. This is one of the foundational lessons and ideas of the entire course. And what we're doing here, you may have heard this, and certainly you'll have heard me say this, is that we're bringing our illusions to the truth. This is what we're doing in the world, is we're, with spiritual practice, whatever form that may take for you, we're bringing our illusions to the truth. So you might ask, and understandably so, what illusions? Well, the illusion of separation. The big one, really the only one that there is. Our identification with the ego, with a separate sense of self. That's what we're looking at here. This is what we mean when we talk about bringing illusions to the truth. Every other illusion is simply a result of that one. And one of the beautiful things about this thought system is that we're not sinners. This is a mistake. We've simply made a mistake. There's a big difference. Yeah. The mistake can be corrected. And what we do is we get in touch with our inner teacher and ask for help in that. Yeah. That our mistakes may be corrected, that our errors may be brought to truth. And when they are, they're simply shown away in the light. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. The darkness is canceled. You walk into a dark room, flip the light switch on, it's no longer dark. It's as though the darkness were never there. This is the same thing with spirituality. If it sounds simple, it is simple. Very simple. And we have a choice, moment to moment, to choose love, to choose our higher self, to choose God. We have a choice moment to moment. So the question then becomes, will we exercise that choice? That's the question each of us has at any moment. We get to answer that. So just because you may have chosen poorly or wrongly, or chosen suffering, guilt, shame, blame, anger, rage, frustration, hatred, name the term, just because you've chosen that in the past does not mean that you have to choose it again. You are not condemned nor compelled to choose unhelpful habits, unhelpful behaviors again and again and again and again and again. Maybe you've been doing that, but you don't have to do that. None of us does. Truth will correct all errors in our minds. So I'd like you to imagine a time in your life where you just knew in your heart, in your gut, in your core, that you were perfectly safe, that you were in perfect peace, love, and safety, even if that was just for a few moments, even if it was just for 1 or 2 seconds. Can you recall what that felt like? If you're not able to recall such a moment, then imagine what that might be like. Let's use the creative power of our minds for something constructive rather than destructive, because we can most certainly do both, can't we? Imagine, if you don't recall from your own experience, a time where you experienced perfect peace, love, safety. You just knew that you were in the presence of God, in the presence of your higher self. So imagine what that feels like, or recall what that feels like. And stay with that feeling. And I invite you to come back to this as many times as you can and must during the day. That's what makes these ideas so effective, is our commitment to return to them and to practice and to do what the workbook suggests as closely as we can. Now, understand it's not all about that. This is about integrating it into your life. If you practice it, it's easier to integrate it. We don't need any kind of teachers or networks to tell us that, right? We instinctively know. We instinctively know. So sit with this feeling of total peace. What does it feel like? Total love. What does that feel like? Joy, happiness. Yeah. I invite you to sit with that as long as you can. Now, on this live stream, we're going to move on and talk about this, but I hope that you've remembered a time or experienced a time. And if not, then you've envisioned that. So that peace, that love, that safety, total knowing is just a fraction of what we experience when we truly bring all of our illusions to truth. And this truth is constant. It is peace. It is love, and it's beyond anything that we as human beings running around in our confused state of mind can possibly imagine. This beauty that you just experience, this beauty that you just created for yourself in your own mind or recalled in your own mind, is but a fraction of what's really our destiny, because it's who we are. Truth needs no defense. It does not attack. It stands in the light. In fact, it is the light. You are the light. It's said throughout A Course in Miracles that defenselessness is our strength. That's quite different than the way the world sees it, isn't it? I mean, think about that statement. Defenselessness is your strength. The truth needs no defense, has no opponent. I said this yesterday on the live. I'll say it again, and again, because, well, that's what spiritual teachers are for. So you can hear it from me again and again and again. You have no opponent. In the world, we create them, don't we? We create opponents in sports, for example, in business. Yeah, we create opponents out of entire political parties, massive groups of people, nation states, ideologies. We create opponents literally out of thin air. There are no opponents. This is, and may sound radical to you. If this sounds radical to you, if A Course in Miracles and what I'm saying, what I'm bringing, this is not me talking. It's the Holy Spirit, it's Jesus, it's your higher self. These are your guides talking. It just looks like me. It's them. Yeah. Him, her, it, they, whatever. Does not matter your spiritual background. So don't take it from me, Tomás Garza. I am literally a messenger bringing this message of love and, well, hope, yes, trust, confidence, more than hope even, yeah? Certainty, sharing from my own experience so that you may awaken your own inner teacher. That's what I'm all about. That's what any spiritual teacher is all about. Once you get in touch with your inner teacher, then you really, really see massive transformation in your life and the lives of others. Why? We're all connected. This is not some pipe dream, guys. This is not BS. It is truth with a capital T. Course in Miracles presents truth for us. It does not expect that we're necessarily going to swallow that or accept it. So it may feel foreign to you. It may feel completely alien and out of sorts. It may feel ridiculous, wrong even. And that's okay. Really, that's okay. In many spiritual traditions, including various traditions of Buddhism, we talk about bringing everything to the path, bringing all of our experience to the path. Doubt. Doubt is actually quite beautiful in spirituality, because when we sit in it, we're questioning the foundations of everything we now believe, which is what I encourage you to do. Question the very foundations of everything you now believe. If you question these ideas and wonder if they're valid and true, excellent. I invite you to delve into them further, beyond simply watching me talk. I invite you to put them into practice in your own life. That's truly what I hope that you will do. Because that's what it's all about. Once you begin to get glimpses of truth and begin to experience it for yourself, I mean, for reals, in real life, living, breathing experience, then everything will look differently. Everything will change. That's what this is about. That's what it's for. So I want to invite you to read all of the commentary each day that we cover a workbook lesson here. We're going through universal spirituality, and there are so many things of value. Each idea, which is called a lesson in the workbook, comes with sometimes a couple of pages, sometimes just a few paragraphs of commentary that explains the day's idea further and gives us suggestions for how to put this into practice. And I invite you to check them out because there's something there for everybody. And the truth is, guys, that because we all appear to be having our different experiences, we have different backgrounds in life, different things will appeal to different people. You never know what's going to appeal to you until you delve into it. So I invite you to give this a shot. If this has ever interested you in any way, I invite you to give this a shot. A Course in Miracles covers universal spirituality and a reminder that you don't need to give up your current traditions. That is not a requirement at all. Not even. In fact, this will help and augment your own path. That's what it does. It may clarify things for you. It may help you to understand your own traditions in a new light. And if you're looking for a tradition to practice, this can certainly serve as a complete path on its own. You know, what constitutes a complete path? Well, does it help you to undo the illusion of separation? That's the barometer. And if the answer is yes in any way, then it's of tremendous value. So, all right. Feel welcome to type out or leave questions here. And this is a daily live here on Enlightened World Network. So I will be back tomorrow. That's pretty much what that means. And comments, questions about this, feel welcome to leave them here in the comment thread, and I'll check that here in a little bit later today, and I'll reply. And there have been some really great questions asked on here. And again, as always, I really want to encourage you to ask questions because you never know who in the world may be having the same experience as you, right? Different country, different continent, different part of the world, maybe. You just never know who you're going to help by typing, putting your fingers to the keyboard and typing out a question. Yeah. You never know who you're going to help because you can rest assured that there are people in the world that have the exact same concerns as you. Circumstance may vary. They may speak a different language, right? They may have a different first language anyway, and it doesn't matter. You could be helping not just yourself, but countless other people around the world. And my aim is to create a community around this live stream to have some dialogue. So if you got questions, we've got answers. May not be the answer you're looking for, but you'll never know unless you ask the question. Okay. So thank you all for tuning in. This has been A Course in Miracles 365, Awakening to Love. And I will see you all back here again.